I used to be a pussy. I used to run away from uncomfortable things that would make me a man. I used to jack off, eat junk food, come home from school, and do nothing throughout the day. I felt like shit. I was doing the things that would make me depressed, that would make me weak. You need to understand the concept of delayed gratification. If you don't understand what delayed gratification is, it's doing the hard thing now for the pleasure tomorrow. And if you want to set our life on this trajectory to success, we want to embrace delayed gratification. And there is another thing called instant gratification, which is the opposite. When you do instant gratification habits, like eating junk food, wasting time, just scrolling in bed, that's instant gratification. It makes you feel good right now, but in the long run, it makes your life worse. And so strive to be uncomfortable. Delay gratification. You probably were a pussy for the most of your life. Or you probably are. You might be thinking, no, I'm not talking to you. Yes, I'm talking to you. Look into my eyes as I speak to you. Give me your attention. Don't scroll down to the comments. Pay attention to this video. Be a man. And so we want to strive to be uncomfortable. We want to strive to do things that don't feel good now so that we get the pleasure later. The fulfillment. We are so conditioned by the modern world to be more feminine, to show our emotions, to be more comfortable. Don't do hard stuff. You're allowed to cry and stuff like this. Yeah, we can do that, but that will make you feel like shit. That will make you depressed. You know why people are depressed? Because they get into bad habits. They start doing instant gratification activities that make their life worse, like drugs, partying. And so we are men of character. We don't want to take part in that. We want to strive to be uncomfortable. I was not supposed to record this video today, but in the last few days, I kind of didn't strive to be uncomfortable anymore. Kind of fell into the trap of instant gratification activities. And I realized that I feel like shit after 1-2 days of doing the stupid shit, the instant gratification. Most men will not delay gratification. We can't even call them men. And I struggle with this myself, but I realized that this is so important to us. Look at every single successful person. Do they think they got there with instant gratification? Do you think they were taking drugs, beating their meat, and eating junk food while getting to riches, while getting to success, while getting into a polarized relationship? Or do you think they were actually disciplined and they were experiencing probably so much comfort that me and you can't even comprehend it? Through discomfort, you get what you want. You won't get anything if you do the instant gratification activities. This is like the basic principle of self-improvement, delayed gratification and instant gratification. It's basically sacrifice your life now for a few minutes of pleasure, or sacrifice pleasure for the long run. Having happiness in the long run, being fulfilled in the long run, doing hard shit now that makes you feel good in the long run, or doing the pleasureful activities now, instant gratification activities that make your life worse in the long run. No, I'm not telling you what you need to do. You decide. But I will decide to strive to be uncomfortable, and you should too. Weak people will get mad at this, saying that, yeah, you can take some drugs for, like here and there, you can indulge in casual sex, you can eat some junk food, you can watch porn. Look at their lives 10 years from now. They're all depressed. They're all suicidal. Do you want that in your life? Or do you want to take the path of fulfillment, of feeling good, of delaying gratification right now, so that you can be the masculine man that you want to be tomorrow? This is very important. It's a pillar of self-improvement that we must not neglect. And this affects every area of our life. I used to draw. Look, I like drawing. I was never disciplined enough to start drawing. Oh shit. I actually had that. In my background. That's the thing I used to record because I'm a fucking brokey. Look. That's what I record my Instagram videos with, by the way. Yeah, I don't even afford a tripod. But anyway, this helped me in every area of my life. I started striving to be uncomfortable. Sometimes drawing felt uncomfortable for me. And so it didn't feel comfortable to start learning anatomy to draw better. It wasn't comfortable, but I did it. And now I have over 30k followers on Instagram because I know how to draw. But that took discipline. You cannot rely on motivation. You need to rely on discipline. And relying on discipline is hard. It's a hard thing. Discipline is not easy. But that's what builds you as a man. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You cannot rely on comfort. You need to strive being uncomfortable. And you will thank yourself. Your future self is going to look back at you and be so happy and so fulfilled that you actually delayed the gratification. When we look back at most of our lives, I realized that my past self was a little bitch. I wished I studied for that exam, but I didn't want to delay gratification. It was better to scroll than start studying, which was hard. I didn't do the hard thing, and then you deserve the consequences of your actions. I didn't do the hard thing, and now I have consequences. Most of my life I didn't delay gratification. But why don't we flip that around? Why don't we flip that around for you? Why don't you start delaying the gratification for your future self? Imagine yourself 5 years from now, 10 years from now. You're like wealthy, you're masculine, you're muscular, you go to the gym, you know your purpose, you have a feminine wife that loves you. Or you can take the other path, which is instant gratification, and 10 years from now, you're working a 9 to 5, feeling like shit, feeling depressed, have no money. You choose. You choose what you want to do. So strive to be uncomfortable, but you can always start to change. You can always start striving to be more uncomfortable. We were put on this earth not to stay comfortable, not to strive to be comfortable. We were put on this earth to sometimes suffer, because that suffering will get us happiness. There is no sun without rain. There is no joy without pain. You are not able to be happy about the sun that you have if you missed it the last few days when it was raining. If you experience hard things right now, you can be way more happier in the future when good things come. I hope this helps you. Strive to be uncomfortable. See you next time.